So, ladies and gentlemen, and now we start the final of 51 kg. Please, in to the ring. From India, Babyrojisana, CHANU NAOREM. And now, please, to the blue corner, from Russia, Valeriia LINKOVA. The judges of this bout: 1 Ukraine, 2 Mongolia, 3 Azerbaijan, Guatemala, and Malaysia, and the referee from Turkey, Mr. Sinar.
इनके हाथ क्लोज ना रखें, सीधे नहीं जाना, स्लिप फीट के साथ।
Box.
Round 1.
Stop! 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 Box. No slapping. No slapping in the air. No hold, Rasha. No holding. No hold. Stop. Blue. No holding. Box. No holding there. No hold. No holding. Stop. No hold. Box. Stop.
The amateur fighters are better behaved than pro ones, not all the time. So there's the scores, and it's a 3-2 split. CHANU has got it with 3 of the judges. LINKOVA has got it with the other 2. Not the easiest round to score.
Most certainly, but both boxers having success in their preferred territory. And no prizes for guessing the tactics given the contrasting stature. There's a wonderful lead left hand, but then look at the bobbing and weaving from CHANU to evade the subsequent follow-up, and then you see her looking to get to work with arcing punches. That right hand over the top really began to come into play for her, and this was the closing stages of the round where she forced her opponent back and landed a couple of clean shots at short and mid-distance. So again, who will be able to continue to employ their tactics in this contest between boxers, both flyweights but markedly different statures?
Very different, could hardly be more different. CHANU of India in the red there, just stepping into the pocket using a nice bit of head movement. She's wearing the red. LINKOVA boxing for Russia in the blue, as you can see, is the taller and can try and use that jab on the inside, moving into southpaw there, LINKOVA. But you've got to get some snap on that jab when you throw it ideally. To stop CHANU coming in, you've got to hit her hard. And good head movement again there from the Indian fighter. As I said, at this level, you don't just walk in a straight line with your head still. You can't do that. That's no good at all. These fighters far too skillful to attempt that kind of basic approach. Right hand there for CHANU. LINKOVA, again, just switching between stances there, trying to give CHANU something to think about as she comes forward. Again, there's that big right hand. LINKOVA's taking it fine, but again there, it just pushes her back towards the ropes on the near side, and she almost turns her back and runs away from CHANU there. But there's no escape from her, really. She cuts off the ring okay, sometimes chases LINKOVA around a little bit, who I think might be beginning to feel this slightly midway through round 2. Just the way she stepped off to the right-hand side there and threw a right hook. There's a difference between punches that you throw with balance and intent, and ones which you throw in a little bit of a panic, just hoping to keep your opponent off. And the Russian fighter, for me, is just veering into that kind of territory in the second round. But this is still very even, of course. As we know, there was split scoring in that first round. But there's a good 1-2. Good 1-2. Good distance there from CHANU, who, again, is just always putting LINKOVA under pressure with that front foot. LINKOVA with the 1-2 into the gloves there, but that didn't deter CHANU at all, who comes through with another big right hand into the final minute of round 2. She just leans on and bangs away to the body, switches with a little step to the right, and again just hammers that left hand down the middle. And that's what I mean about LINKOVA becoming just a little bit disorganised. Not panicky, just a little bit disorganised, a bit flustered. Good short right hand on the inside there from the Russian, but this is a CHANU round, and given that she took 3 scorecards in the opening round, she could open up a 20-point to 18 gap here with 3 of the judges, and that's significant, because you then have a mountain to climb if you're on the other end of it. I think this is going to be a clear 10-9 with all 5 of the judges, to be honest with you, as we head into the final 10 seconds of round two. And there's that head movement again. There's that head movement. She's right on the borderline of range, tempts you in, and moves that head really, really well. And we're watching it all week with the Indian fighters, Ron, as we just wait for the scorecards to come up. I don't want to jump the gun too much, but that was an easy round to score. And what is significant there as well is the 10-8 from Malaysia. They're come forward fighters, a lot of the fighters we've seen representing India, but there's more to it than that.
Most certainly, it's not just pressure, it is educated pressure, and as CHANU is demonstrating, her head movement in the pocket has been eye-catching, and for my money, she won that second round going away. And perhaps from the Russian boxer's point of view, the punches that were landing, the more the round went on, the more pronounced an effect they were having. CHANU really aggressive, and as for LINKOVA, well, she's got that deficit to overturn for 3 of the 5 judges. And I'm just not sure, unless she does something drastically different, that she's going to physically be able to find the energy that she needs to keep this little buzzsaw of a boxer at bay.
Buzzsaw is right, and she needs a stoppage, basically. She needs an absolutely huge round in this final round to turn this around. LINKOVA, that is, she's in the blue, representing Russia. CHANU has just seen her teammate Gatika won gold. She's in the red of India. They've got 7 fighters through to finals. And unless something goes very wrong for CHANU in this final 3 minutes here, then it's going to be 2 out of 2 gold medals. LINKOVA looking to try and just set her feet and put a bit more on her punches, but you don't get much time to set yourself against CHANU, who again just gets onto the inside there, lets her hands go and shoots that right hand up to try and find the head of the taller opponent, and does it to good effect. Ditching in with that overhand right again. If there's ever a kind of lull in proceedings, she'll just get her feet into range and throw it. Other fighters would throw a jab in that kind of situation. She will just throw that almost lead right hand. She caught a right hand from LINKOVA as she was on her way in there a few seconds ago over on the ropes. But those kinds of connections for the Russian have been a little bit too few and far between. There's that lead right hand again. It's a real interesting punch, that. She kind of turns quite square and then just shoots it up from the waist. But it works. It works. And most of what she has done has worked in this fight. LINKOVA has put it in. You can't say that she hadn't, and gave a decent account of herself in that first round particularly. But again, that short right hand there, just a slightly different angle on that one, gets through for CHANU. LINKOVA trying to pile that 1-2 in, but this is slipping away from her now. And I think she realises it. Turns southpaw briefly, lead left hook there from CHANU. And always those feet just nice and quick, never too far apart. They cross every now and again in her eagerness really to pursue her opponent, but I think she knows now that she's on the home stretch here. She's in that kind of rare situation where the sand is running through the timer and you are but seconds away from achieving something really significant. But wanting to finish with a real flourish there, pinning LINKOVA back on the ropes and letting her hands go in that neutral corner. Away to our right-hand side, LINKOVA just leaning in, has kept going. The Russian coaches, I don't think, will have anything particularly to complain about with this performance. But as we said at the very beginning, this was always a question of whether she could find a way to weather the pressure from CHANU, whether she would be able to catch her on the way in, hit her hard enough basically to gain her respect in terms of her punching power. And unfortunately for her, it didn't quite turn out to be the case, and that's another very effective performance from India.
Very good indeed. And the manner in which she was able to get into her preferred punching territory quicker on the draw, that right overhand right, we're just seeing it during the course of this replay sequence, but the majority of her success coming from that backhand. And then when she got her opponent pinned to the ropes, she applied non-stop pressure behind accurate punching.
Winner points with unanimous decision. From the red corner, Babyrojisana, CHANU NAOREM, India.
So CHANU gets it, as we knew that she would at the conclusion of that 51-kg final, and that means it's 2 out of 2 for India. 2 gold medal bouts have both been converted by their fighters, Gitika and CHANU. And you look at the final round there has gone her way with all 5.